Bonus feature here to everybody who's checking out Main Event Wrestling The Rising 2. We thank you for joining us. Again, I am Joe Dombrowski. He is the franchise Shane Douglas. And that guy in the ring, a lot of you will recognize, he is Matt Jackson, one half of the Young Bucks, as he goes one-on-one with Rockin' Johnny Goodtime in the first round of the 2012 California Cup. This is another release that we'll be bringing you here courtesy of Main Event Wrestling. Be on the lookout for it. This is a bit of a preview. What a better preview than to focus on, hey, there's Nick Jackson throwing Johnny Goodtime back in the ring because he tried to run before the match started, and that would have been a really lame bonus feature, wouldn't it?
I love these ones coming from the archives because you see guys 4 years ago, inexperienced more so than they are today, and you can see how they've developed over the years. I love this kind of stuff.
Matt Jackson, at this point, I believe, was just coming off of a run in TNA Wrestling, where he was known as Generation Me with Nick Jackson. Was it Max Buck? And I forget Nick's name, but we'll go back into the archive. Max and Jeremy is what it was. There
You've got a great memory.
I know way too much about wrestling, but I believe they were kind of in limbo here. They had not yet gone back full-time with Ring of Honor. And certainly the Bullet Club and their major run in Japan was not as big a deal as it is now. 5-time. I mean, we're talking present day 5-time IWGP junior heavyweight tag team champions, 2-time never 6-man tag team champions, Super Junior tag tournament winners, Ring of Honor tag team champions, and Johnny Goodtime, he can run a good sprint, I guess. He's doing good for himself.
Well, he's looking like he's having a hell of a good time.
Trained in UPW, Tom Howard. That's a very, very well-known and respected school. One-time WWE developmental. It's what helped groom the likes of John Cena, Samoa Joe. So certainly Johnny Goodtime has come from good roots. But does he have enough to quell the young buck before he comes to his meteoric rise? Speaking of Matt Jackson.
Yeah, look, we've all seen what Matt Jackson's progressed into over the ensuing years beyond this match. But Johnny Goodtime looks like he's having... Is it just me, or does Johnny Goodtime remind you of a young Bruiser Brody and smaller Bruiser Brody?
Like if you put Bruiser Brody in the dryer, I think you'd get Johnny Goodtime.
On high, but it looks like Johnny Goodtime might have the same kind of screw loose that Brody had. And I mean that in the best of ways.
Well, there can be a bit of a parallel. Brody had fun and got his kicks hurting people and making them bleed. I think Goodtime's a little more fun-loving than that, a little more kid-friendly, a little more of a party-goer. But, you know,
whoa,
nice drop kick by Matt Jackson.
Why, Goodtime landed on his feet out there. I don't even think he knows what the hell just happened.
And even back then, you could see the poise and the confidence Matt Jackson has on him. And you could tell that the best is yet to come at this point.
Well, you'd expect a kid 4 years prior to where he is now in his career, you'd expect to see him pressing the attack, going too quickly, not thinking it through. This is poise right now. We're seeing a young Matt Jackson from nearly 4 years ago. This is impressive at this age.
I think Goodtime is showing a little bit more of that knee-jerk reaction you're talking about. He tried to bail on the match before it started, and he really hasn't been able to get any kind of traction. He's been trying to break the momentum of Matt Jackson, but really hasn't gotten him very far. Knuckle lock will favor Goodtime. He's a bigger man, and certainly if you kick a guy, it helps too.
That certainly helps. That certainly looked like Bruiser Brody to the solar plexus with that big boot.
Measures him with the elbow.
Yeah, you know, that bone at the base of your neck when you get hit. Terry Funk used to hit on that bone, and it hurts like hell. That's exactly where Goodtime was just focusing on Jackson.
Goodtime's getting some pretty morbid comparisons here for a fun-loving guy. Bruiser, Terry Funk.
Oh.
Kicked right to the...
He just kicked his ass.
Literally. I hope Matt's been working out the glutes.
You said a second ago about Goodtime trying to break Jackson's momentum and get inside his head. That's exactly what he's doing right here.
Oh, that's a beautiful drop kick. Our dragging Goodtime all the way across the ring.
Well, at least he was attempting to get inside Jackson's head. Nowhere to go.
As we count along with the fans here watching the California Cup first round matchup. Hard right hand between the eyes. And again, stay posted to Main Event Wrestling on Facebook, on Twitter. Find out when you'll be able to see the rest of this card. Hopefully, you and I will be there to call it as a Bulldog takedown.
Here we go. 1,
2 and
no.
And notice Goodtime grabbing onto the leg of Jackson to keep him within his grasp.
Smart. Keep that distance between you. Get a flying kid like Jackson, he can't execute if you're latched onto him.
And Goodtime, is he digging into the eyes? Yeah. Got a big handful of eyes, and Jackson, on instinct, able to fight his way free from Goodtime's arsenal. I don't think Goodtime... Oh! That was a great adjustment. I was just ready to criticize Goodtime for not coming in focused, but he proved me wrong. He was a step ahead of Matt the whole time. And things just got serious.
You see in professional wrestling how quickly something can turn. A second ago,
there's a cover. Near fall.
Johnny Goodtime was dancing around the ring, apparently out on his feet, and here we are 30 seconds later, and he's stomping a mud hole in Matt Jackson.
And this will be a feather in the cap of Goodtime if he can get a victory. Jackson was still early in his international expansion at this point, but certainly had a lot more name value, a lot more of a reputation than Goodtime did, at least on a global scale. And Goodtime looking to turn some heads. Ouch.
You can bet back in 2012, Goodtime knew if he could beat Jackson tonight in this match, that would go a long way to building a name for himself internationally.
You notice some of these kicks, push-ups, and mule kicks? Now, is that more for effect, or is that more for style and showing off and getting inside Matt's head?
Getting inside his head because, look, clearly, when you keep your base tight to the mat, you've got a lot stronger, a lot more oomph behind your kick than if you do if you're standing on your head and all the cutesy stuff. Me, stand square on the mat and kick his teeth out. Like that.
A hard low drop kick by Jackson. Goodtime showing good instincts, rolling to the apron.
And again with the ribcage.
Yeah. You notice Jackson's mouth wide open. He's having trouble breathing after that. Springs in with a modified senton. Nicely done. Just buried the shoulder right up high on the upper body of Jackson.
Yeah, but why isn't Goodtime attacking now? He's got Jackson down. That's where the shark goes to blood. Or should.
Well, there you go. Goodtime trying to compress the breathing further of Matt Jackson, and the higher up around the rib cage Goodtime can get those legs, the more he's going to deplete the oxygen intake for Matt Jackson.
I can't tell from here. Is he hooked under his?
Well, now wait, he's choking him with his bandana. That's the big story here.
Yeah.
And he just
I was focused completely on the toe hold.
Very suspiciously stuck that bandana, whatever it was, into his trunks.
I didn't see anything.
What were you looking at?
At the toe hold. Does he have this? Yes, he's got the toe locked. I'm looking at the damage being done to Jackson's rib cage.
Well, I think the damage done to his windpipe's a little more important.
Never saw a thing.
Well, look now.
That one?
Yeah.
That around his throat? Yeah, that's not legal, but if you can get away with it, hey, do it.
Wow. That's your definition of a good time, right?
So he's cutting off the wind up around the throat at the same time he's wrenching the life out of his guts down below. Great attack.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised to hear that endorsement from you.
Hey, it's not a popularity contest. It's you win or you lose.
And Jackson to his feet. Could Jackson break the grip? He's turned inwards. He's broken the grasp of Goodtime as Jackson feels second life. Thanks to these fans here in California. Matt Jackson, a native of Rancho Cucamonga, California.
I love that name. You see how Goodtime was swinging 2-3 times right at Jackson's head.
Hey, Jackson found the object in question.
Hey, it's cheating.
A little bit of just dues. Eye for an eye. Beals him.
Notice how the referee turned to not catch that?
Well, he was getting rid of another bandana.
What a bunch of malarkey.
Matt didn't choke him. Malarkey?
Remember Randy and Dave Malarkey? The Malarkey brothers?
That was the Mulkeys, I think.
Oh, the Mulkeys.
There's the head scissors. Bring Cornette in here. He'll start using words like falderall. There's an inverted atomic drop.
Oh!
That'll ruin Johnny's good time later.
Just for a little extra measure, and man!
Jackson's always been fancy with the footwork. Deep hook of the leg, shoulders down for 2.
Boy, he almost had it on that. I think Goodtime right now would rather be anywhere on planet Earth, hell, anywhere else in the galaxy besides standing that close to Matt Jackson.
And Jackson pressing onward. We saw this earlier. Will it pay off again? It will not. Good time. Backs Jackson hard into the corner.
Look how Jackson's slumping.
And again, keep in mind, this is a one-night tournament, the California Cup, only the first round. Whoever wins needs to think momentum, needs to think staying power, resiliency, because it's a long night to come for one of these men if they're lucky.
Yeah, those long nights are brutal. I speak from experience.
And Goodtime
winding up.
Went for some show points on the 10th punch and a buckle bomb by Matt Jackson.
No, he can snap.
Measures him, super kick.
He's out. This is all she wrote.
Matt Jackson's specialty. No!
Did you see when Goodtime went down from that super kick, his arms were prone at his side? He had no idea where he was. Shades of Ali Frazier.
And Matt Jackson to the top. Goodtime cuts him off with the pass in a very precarious position for young Matt Jackson.
Jackson just about went backwards off that top rope.
Well, nowhere to land that feels good. Goodtime at least lands on his feet. Lucky him, but comes boom with a bicycle kick. Good grief.
Talk about a great vertical leap.
And Jackson, can he put the brakes on? Can he plant his feet, turn to dead weight, whatever he can do? Break the grip of Goodtime. If Goodtime can get off this double arm suplex, this match is over. And Goodtime takes a tumble. Here comes Matt Jackson. Oh, put the brakes on. Great thinking on his feet. Super kick, no. Goodtime a roll up.
There we go.
Oh, he's got the rope. Goodtime just stole the win from Matt Jackson. What an upset.
That was so impressive. I'm going to give that a franchise golf clap.
Johnny Goodtime, the victor. It wasn't without controversy, but Matt Jackson robbed in round number 1 the special bonus attraction from the first round of the California Cup 2012. Hey, we don't need to see that. For the franchise, Shane Douglas, this is Joe Dombrowski. Thanks for being a part of Main Event Wrestling. Put that down. What's wrong with you?
I love it.
Be happy with the win. Goodtime, your victor.